top,
Yellow line.
the head, the bones that makes the head, we call it the skull, yeah? And actually we'll learn later that there are few bones in here, but for now it's okay. The upper jaw is where you see the teeth. So around the teeth, above the teeth, this is the upper jaw. And the lower jaw is actually the part that moves, yeah? When you're moving, the upper jaw, here, you see? Yeah? That's only the lower jaw moves, yeah? Thank you. Collarbone, yeah? That's the bone that sticks outside here, yeah? And the chest bone is in front. And then we have the ribs. How many pairs of ribs do we have?
12.
We have 12 pairs of ribs, good. And here we have another collarbone. And then we're having the neck. How many vertebrae are in the neck? Anybody know?
Oh, in the neck, 7.
In the neck, we have 7. And how do we call each bone in the spine? Vertebra. Good. So what's that? Cervical spine, yes. Another name for the neck is the cervical spine.
Cervical spine, yeah.
Yes. And then the upper back,
Cervical,
we call it thoracic. And the lower back? Lumbar. Good. Lower, lumbar, rib 12 is in here. Do you see any difference between the upper and the lower 2 ribs? There is any difference in here?
They're not attached to the...
They don't attach. Okay. We call them the floating ribs because they're kind of floating there. And good. So we are continued down. Sacrum and a coccyx, small coccyx, and that's a remnant of the tail.
That's how we used to have.
Now, the sit bones are the bones that were sitting, but they are part of a bigger bone that's called hip bone.
It's in here.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. This is the hip bone. Yeah? So the hip bone is kind of big, you see. It starts from here and it goes all the way to the sit bone. Yeah? It's kind of big. Pubic bone is part of the hip bone but is in front. Yeah, good. Lumbar spine, and we have the spinal disc here. Good. I think now we're ready for the upper limb. So it starts from the shoulder blade. That's the blade that actually moves, yeah? And we're having the humerus here, the arm bone, sorry, the arm bones. And then we have the forearm, 2 bones. Yeah. And then we have the palm, I think, isn't it? And fingers. Good. That would be the wrist bones and the funny bone. Funny bone is the bone that is in here. When you hit it, you feel like electric shock. Good. And in the leg, we have the femur. This is, by the way, the longest bone, the femur. Yeah. We're having the kneecap, patella. That's called patella. And we're having then the leg bones. And then we're having the feet and the toes. Great. And heel bone on the back. Yeah. So
there's the cranium on top as well.
Cranium is the skull. It's there somewhere. Oh, okay. There you are.
A lot of them had 2 names.
Good.
Yeah, that's because he has 2 names.
So this is really first step. Next week, in 2 weeks, when we're coming, we'll deal primarily with bones and joints, and we'll do a lot more activities. So if you don't mind, each group now, another revision is to take them off, and someone can say, okay, femur, and the other person needs to find it and take it off. And I'll put this on the virtual campus also, so there will be a bit of revision, because you're going to have a very short homework for next time. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's do that, and then cover the skeleton, so we can continue.
Should I pause or?
Pause, yeah. You can